Alright, so now that it's oiled up, we'll go ahead and put it back together. So, sorry, I was having some difficulties, but make sure the extractor's on this side so that we are extracting out right. We're gonna go ahead and throw the cam pin in. There we go. And once we get that in, then we're going to spin it to the side. We'll go ahead and put in the firing pin from the bottom. Go ahead and drop that in. Then once we get that, then we're going to put in our pin. We're just going to walk it in. Gonna have to adjust it until it can seat completely in there, and now we're good to go. Alright. Function's good. Alright, we'll continue oiling and putting it back together now. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and oil the barrel and then get the handguard back on. Go ahead and get a little on the barrel nut. And on what holds the gas key. Or gas key, the gas block. Sorry. Go ahead and get a little on the flash hider too. Alright. I'm just using a rag to wipe the hands off of the oil. Go ahead and take the handguard. Line it up and put it on. Alright. Now we'll go ahead and secure the handguard. So all I'm going to do is just get the screw in. And then keep getting all the screws in, and then I'll tighten them consecutively. You do not want to tighten one screw before putting them all in, or else they won't line up and you'll cause alignment issues. It's also a great way to strip your screw. On this handguard there are 8 screws, just in case you're not keeping count. Alright, that's all of them. So I'll loosely tighten all of them. Meaning I'm not putting any torque on it, I'm just getting it flush. I had a screw come out. Alright, now that they're all tight but not torqued down, we'll go ahead and torque them all down. And just verify that they all are torqued down. I'm not putting a whole bunch of torque into them. You don't need to do that, but you want to put some torque into it. Alright, we're good. Go ahead and put the other bit in. Alright. Go ahead and set the bolt in. Make sure that this is pulled all the way out, so that way it'll go in. Now once you get it in here, then I'll just push it forward until it locks in. With this gun in particular, we're going to have the screw. We're going to screw that in the back here, right above the bolt. Right here. This will secure the bolt carrier group and keep it from coming out in this particular firearm. And then this flat part needs to come down, so after you tighten it, you gotta make sure that that's lined up. Alright, and then right here, go ahead and reattach the right side charging handle. Like that. and then go ahead and torque it down. Alright, lower assembly now. So we're gonna get these anti-walk pins lubricated. Go ahead and set the upper off to the side. This is the only thing that I normally lubricate. Of course, if I was deep cleaning, then I would lubricate my springs inside. Alright, that's all good. So then we're just going to reassemble. Take the upper assembly, lower assembly, line it up. Alright, once it's lined up, then we're going to go ahead and put the front pin in place first. And we'll put in the back pin. Alright, good to go. Function check. I will use some dummy rounds later to make sure, but for now that's good to go. We're gonna go ahead and continue on cleaning. So what I like to do is clean my feed lips on my magazines, get a little cleaner on my brush, and I'll go ahead and brush the feed lips, just the feed ramp, or feed lips, feed ramp, and get the outside a little bit too as well. And then use a rag to dry everything off. Make sure you get down on that actual feed ramp. Underneath the feed lips. Push it down if you have to. And that's how I clean my magazines without taking them apart. Pretty simple. If I don't drop it in dirt or mud, then there's no point in actually taking the whole thing apart. Alright, continue on cleaning. We'll go ahead and do my FN510 next. So what I like to do is spray the inside of the barrel, spray the gun barrel, then spray the upper, the slide, and then do the lower. Alright. Get a new rag for this one, and we'll just go ahead and start cleaning it. Clean the outside first. Then just brush out the inside. If I get to any part where I need the smaller brush, I'll take it out and use it. But for the frame, I don't need it. And then I'll brush out the inside of the magazine well, because a lot of stuff likes to get in there from the action of the firearm. And then go ahead and wipe it clean with my rag. I will clean the entire firearm before I oil it, and then I oil all the parts after cleaning it, which is what I'd suggest, because the whole point of cleaning it is also to de-oil it. So if you de-oil it and then oil that part and then touch another gun part to de-oil it, then you're just putting oil back on it. It just makes it harder to clean. Alright, then I'm gonna take this, fold it over. I fold it over so that way I'm not poking through it. And now I'm gonna go ahead and hit the rails on the outside. Make sure that that's clean as can be. Go ahead and hit all these divots inside. As well as down here. Any divots you want to get in there the best you can. Obviously this is before the 10,000 round mark. If it was after 10,000 rounds, then I would take the whole thing apart, which with the F end it isn't suggested, so I would send it back to factory and have them do it. But that's just one of the things with FNs. You're not supposed to take apart FNs unless you're a trained professional. Same with Glocks, they don't want people taking them apart. It is a good way to avoid your warranty, so I'm just doing field strip cleaning, typical stuff. Not taking it apart completely. Make sure you get the back rails, not just your front rails. Right here there's a ledge right underneath your trigger mechanism. Right there. Make sure you clean that ledge off the best you can. And around your trigger hammer. Alright, and then you'll want to clean around your sear, trigger sear, underneath and above the best you can. You don't want any particulates to be left in there. And then obviously there's a channel inside of your magazine well.